Well, welcome into the newest edition of the Coach Harry Show here on another Tuesday night at Earl's, and the Thunderbirds are getting set for the start of the 2025 Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Brendan Reilly, the head coach, Steve Harrison of Ford, Roman Kraemer with you here, and guys, get ready for the weekend coming up. Still don't know who you're going to be playing yet, but able to take care of business and get home ice advantage this past weekend against Monroe.
Well, you know, the last couple of days have been gorgeous, and I always talk about when the weather starts getting like this, it's playoff hockey, and there's just something about the buzz in the air and when we come to the rink. But when the weather really starts warming up like this, I get excited because, as I said, that's it's playoff time. And when playoffs come, if you're not excited, then there's an issue. And as I said, I think everybody's pretty happy where we ended and where we're probably going to go.
Roman, for you, a great year coming down to the end here in the regular season. How are you feeling going into the Commissioner Cup playoffs?
I feel good. Ready to get back at it again this year and hopefully come home with the cup.
Hopefully. But Roman, great to have you back on here.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a little bit since we had you on.
Yep.
We had one early.
Day.
I think we had election
It was
day.
election day. Yeah. Wow. So
I got you.
Was that middle of
November?
Beginning of November.
Beginning
of November. Yeah. So it's been a while.
We missed you.
Well, Coach, your side now through 56 games and now getting ready here to go into this weekend. What have you seen? We'll touch on it a little later, but just some quick thoughts here of what you've seen from this side from all the way back in mid-October to now mid-April.
Well, we talked about it the other day about when you play in a division like we play in and the teams that we have to play against all the time, you've got to be pretty consistent. And I know sometimes I say that word a couple times during the week, but we've been really consistent for most of the part. We've had a couple of dips, but that's if you're not consistent and don't play the kind of the way we play, you can have your ups and downs. And as I said, I'm proud of the guys they've bought in, and they've done a heck of a job to get where they are. And I told them on Saturday, you should be proud of where what they've achieved, especially in our division. Over 56 games, and because it takes a team effort. It doesn't. We've had good goaltending. We've had our defense have played well. Our forwards have carried a lot of the load here, for goals. But it's basically been a team effort and the consistency. So that's one of the things that I'm most proud of.
Well, it's been a great regular season for the Thunderbirds, top seed in the Continental Division with home ice, which means they'll play Game 1 here at the Commissioner's Cup playoffs in the quarterfinals on Friday on the road. As of right now, we're still awaiting puck drop there for Baton Rouge and Blue Ridge. Carolina plays the winner. We do know it'll be 7:30 at home on Saturday night, and then the Game 3, if necessary, will be at 6:05. On Easter Sunday. We'll run into our first time out of the evening here on the Coach Harry Show. It was a big weekend against the Monroe Moccasins. We'll get into that on the other side of this time out here on the Coach Harry Show.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
Avis Cupcakes is once again a proud sponsor of the 24-25 Carolina Thunderbirds. And just like the Birds, they are a true fan favorite. Weddings, events, corporate, and more. Avis Cupcakes help you score and score. When the Birds are playing either home or away, stop by Avis and make your day. Win or lose, you'll cheer the same. Avis treats will sweeten every game.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
We're back here on the Coach Harry Show here from Earl's first playoff edition of the Coach Harry Show here in the 2025 season. Brendan Reilly, head coach Steve Harrison, and Roman Kraemer with you. We'll get into the weekend here against the Monroe Moccasins because there's a lot on the line going into this weekend. Your team was in a good position going in. They were a point ahead and win percentage-wise ahead of the Athens Rock Lobsters. So you go in there to it's a Friday night. Get a win. If you get a win, they lose. You guys clinch. Ended up going to overtime in the shootout. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But going into the week and going into the weekend, what was kind of that message to the side during practice, morning skate, leading up to puck drop?
Well, we wanted to just keep playing. Yes, there's things at stake, and same as this weekend coming up. But we just got to take care of our business and play. And we went down there a little shorthanded, and I give the guys a lot of credit, but I know you must be a little exhausted because of all the math you had to do with the percentage points and all that. I saw you a couple times on the bus like this. I'm not sure what you're doing, trying to figure out if we won or didn't win, or they won, or who tied, or whatever tied. But yeah, it was pretty confusing. I'll be honest with you. I agree with you. Even after the game on Friday night, we're in I guess my office, but the one room there, and we're all sitting on our phones trying to figure out if we were, first place or where we were. And we knew we were okay, but we didn't know if we had clinched or not. So it was a pretty crazy evening, but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, figuring out the formula for that was it was not fun. Eventually we figured it out, but it took a little bit. Roman, for you, first off, what'd you think of Monroe? What'd you think of that rink down there? What'd you think of that kind of environment playing in?
I mean, it was an awesome place to play. They do everything like really professional there. Like, I don't know if you could see it on the stream or not, but they have the whole on-ice show and everything beforehand. And just like our fans, they have a great fan base as well. So it was really fun to play there.
Yeah, it was great. Like I think the building's great. As I said, they really, as Rome said, they had great fan support. And it's an older building. It's a little like just down the street here a little bit, and they could do a little fixing up. But for the most part, as I said, and the fans and the excitement and everything down there, as I said, they've done a good job this year. They had great attendance, and I know there'll be a plus in the league.
Well, they came into that game. They didn't really have anything to play for standings-wise, end of the year-wise, but they were still playing for pride. And I feel like when it comes to those type of games, things can get a little goofy. And that when one team's done, the other team's still in it, and get goofy. But that wasn't the case here this weekend.
Well, I know the coach. Him and I talked earlier in the week, and he wants to play hockey. He's not that type of coach normally, and not that things can't escalate, if tempers fly or things like that. But knowing him and for quite a while now, I wasn't surprised that that nothing happened. I wouldn't have been surprised if something did happen. But and it's not so much him. It's just sometimes you get at the end of the season like that, and the season hasn't gone the way you would like, and your emotions sometimes overtake your head, and unfortunately sometimes things escalate a little bit. But I thought it was a good game. I from top to bottom, and as I said, it was just we didn't mind playing.
Well, it started in that first period. You guys got a power play opportunity. They end up scoring on the shorthand. So you guys are trailing 1-0 after one, but then you guys are on the penalty kill, and Nate Keeley's able to find the back of the net. How often do you see a game where you see both sides scoring on the shorthand?
Well, not very often, but the other coach is bald too, and so am I. So that's why we know it is, because when those things happen, your hair falls out. So it doesn't happen very often, but I'm glad it did. And Nate kind of sparked us on there. They made a great play and scored a goal and kind of got the ball rolling for us.
Roman, you assisted on the second goal to put you guys in front. What did you see on that play? What did you see develop that allowed for Dawson to find the back of the net?
I think it was just great puck movement on the power play for us. I think we had a chance right before that, and Gus got tripped, puck went in the corner, and just found Sally. Sally found Gags, and then down to me, and I just put it on net and just landed right on Bakes' stick for an empty net.
It was good to have Baker back once again here this weekend. So that gave you guys a 2-1 lead, and it seemed like all the momentum was going your way, and it looked like you were going to take that lead into the third period. But just like that, at the end of the second, they're able to get a deflection. They tie the game at 2.
Yeah, that was one of the probably a goal that one of the things that we talk about, we can't give up this weekend or the next couple weekends, and that was not a good situation. We made a few mistakes. We had the puck, I think, 2 or 3 times on our stick and didn't get it out. And the guys understood it, and they know. The one thing I like about my team is that they know when they make a mistake, and a lot of times I don't have to tell them. Sometimes I just have to look at them, and they know, and we correct it. But as I said, I always talk about learning. If we learn from that play, then we're going to be a better team. And as I said, that's kind of a goal that we just can't give up this weekend.
Well, so you go into the third tied up at 2. They got an early one there in the third to take the lead. They have the 3-2 lead, but your side didn't quit. It was Dawson once again. He was able to tie it. And then we went to overtime in the shootout. And compared to last year to this year, I mean, this team just never really goes to overtime. And credit to that. I mean, but coming down the stretch there in those crunch moments, there were some opportunities in the 3-on-3s. There are opportunities on both sides. But we'll talk about the shootout before we talk about overtime in general. Shootout, Roman, you go first, and you're seeing old friend there, Cody Karpinski in net. You told me after the game on Friday something. You ended up scoring, but you and Carps had a little moment there. What was that all about?
Well, I think Carps has seen it enough last year in practice. I usually stick to the same move or two in the shootout, and I think he knew what I was doing. I wanted to go a low blocker on him like I usually do, and he was cheating it the whole way, and I just kind of hit the panic button at the last second and just went one-handed, and it went off the post and off his skating in the net. And then I had a few words for him telling him I knew that he was going to take the blocker away.
No, so it pinballed around like that.
Yep.
So from my angle, I couldn't see that, but good. That gave you guys 1-0 lead there in the top of the first, bottom of the first. It was Jusseau tried to beat Mario on the blocker. Yeah. Mario made the save, and then Gus went in the second round.
One of those plays that I don't think anybody wants to have happen, and it did, and he shook it off, and as I said, it was one of those situations where the kind of player that Gus is, as I said, you wouldn't have expected it. Now, if I was going in on a shootout and I missed it, everybody would have, you would have laughed, right?
Yeah.
But that's just unfortunate, and he shook it off, and he responded later.
No, I responded the next night, but you go. Mario makes a save on Rex Mo on the blocker, and then Peter with a nice move to beat Carps there to give you guys the victory.
He made a nice play there. I thought he was by the net, like on the bench there. I liked his move, but I thought he was too far, and then the next thing you know, it was in the net. So give credit to Peter. That was a great move, and I think sometimes goalies like Karpinski there that. You see people so often, like when you're playing against each other. Everybody knows their traits, and sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes it can, bite you a little bit because if they ever decide to change, and he changed there the other day, and it was good for us.
It was good indeed. You guys were able to clinch there with that victory, with the Athens loss, and so you guys get home ice. But just want to touch on overtime a little bit. Usually, when you get to the playoffs, overtime hockey is a big thing. We saw it last year multiple times, but now in the playoffs it goes back to 5-on-5. Is there any change, and Roman, I ask you, in overtime, is there any thought in your head that kind of changes when it comes to an overtime, knowing that the next goal decides it and could be a decision on whether it's continuing or it's over?
I mean, yeah, it just kind of clicks in your head that it's like, all right, I got to play better defense, because if you're not playing defense, you're going to get scored on. But just kind of, like Coach always harps on, like at the blue lines, like getting pucks in and everything, like, can't turn the puck over in the middle of the ice and make the simple little mistakes, because it could end your season.
And it's just the little things. I from day one talking on the coaches show, it's the little things. And again, we don't change, and we try to keep the same thing. So I feel good about overtime with a 5-on-5, and we just got to play. And there's situations where do I go or not go? And you're into overtime, and now it's if it's not 150% sure, you're backing off, or as a forward or a D or whatever, and then. if you ice the puck a couple times in our zone to get it out, then you get it out. And so you just play a little safer in overtime, but I don't know if we really change a whole lot the way we play.
Well, it should be interesting coming up here. Thunderbirds start the playoffs this Friday, either against Baton Rouge or Blue Ridge. We'll get into Game 2 against the Monroe Moccasins coming up on the other side of this timeout here on the Coach Harry Show.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
We're back here on the Coach Harry Show, here from Earl's on another Tuesday night. Brendan Reilly, the head coach, Steve Harrison, and Roman Kraemer with you. Here we just got into Game 1 against the Monroe Moccasins. We'll get into Game 2 here back last Saturday at the Monroe Civic Center. Going into it, already clinched up first place, so the game... the game was, still had to be played, but everything was pretty much settled by then. Coach, what were your thoughts? What do you see in Game 1 that you might have wanted to fix there going into Game 2?
Well, I wanted to, situation where I wanted us to play well. I wanted us to get the win, and I wanted us to come out healthy. And if we could do that after that game, and Saturday was one of those games where we had to get over our hotel early a little bit, and you were there too with the guys playing in the arcade there for a couple of hours having fun. So I didn't know how we were going to respond. I knew the boys were kind of ready, and we travel well, as I said before. We don't mind, we don't mind playing on the road, and we just tried to do a situation where come out, play our best, and you have to have some intensity, and we came out and smoking there, and I really liked it the way we came out. I was, and they were, I think they were after the Friday night game. I think they were in shock or something. I'm not sure. I think they were hoping to win that one, and when they didn't, I think took some wind out of their sails because they weren't the same team in the first period there, and we kind of jumped on them right away.
Well, before we get into that, Roman, first off, how was the arcade?
It was fun. Laser tag was a blast. Just so everyone knows, I came in first.
You came in first,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? How about bumper cars?
That was fun too. I think there was a little Monroe fan there that we kept going after, but
I'd never seen that in a mall like that. It's that big of an arcade. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Great way to kill a couple hours. But go into that, you guys were very loose because you guys put up 5 goals just like that within the first 16 minutes. Roman, you opened it up, and when I was calling it, saw you coming down the near side to me. I thought you were gonna release it coming down the wall, but you kept it and brought it around the net. What did you see there that led to that decision and ultimately to the first goal of the night?
On that play, I was looking for Gus and just kind of was getting my body positioning on the defenseman, and noticed that the goalie was overcommitting to me, and I didn't really have a passing lane. So saw that he was overcommitted to that side and tried going for the wraparound, and it worked.
And it worked. Gave you guys 1-0 lead, and then Leighton King made it a 2-0 game with as coach, as you said, a little bit of the short bench. We saw King move from defense back to forward here this weekend. What'd you see there?
Well, I liked his game. He's as I said from the start, he's had a tough season from injury-wise, trying to get back, playing forward, playing defense, and his leadership and his play down the stretch here is going to be a big part of our team. And he was in the right place and he shot the puck. He took a rocket. I was kind of like, usually it's not the hardest shot sometimes, but he took a rocket, and I give him a lot of credit. He was in the right position, right time. I loved his game this weekend. He had a lot of jump in his step, and I really liked it.
It seemed like the puck movement when he was playing with Peter and Jan there on the ice together it was really crisp. They were finding those open spots. So you guys made it a 2-0 game there. Baker made it 3-0. Sally made it 4-0, and then Roman, you're able to make it 5-0 there to cap off the scoring. What led to that second goal?
I think I came off the bench and it was a turnover near the blue line. Got the puck from Schnapp and I saw Baker open in the slot, and when Baker's open in the slot, you give him the puck. So I gave it to him and put the shot on net and went off of Karp's blocker, I think, right onto my stick for an empty net.
Yeah, good. The first period was like I was sitting there going, wow, we were moving the puck, we were skating, we were on top of them, and I think, to give them, I loved the way we were playing. I don't know if they were. It took them a period to wake up. I talked to the coach before the game there. He came over and he was hoping to win. It was a big milestone for his career, and I think he wanted to win bad. So I think he was pushing hard, and I don't know if the boys responded very well for him. So a tough night, first period for them, but a great first period for us.
Well, you guys took a 5-0 lead into the dressing room. The second, they scored twice to kind of start chipping away a little bit at the lead, but it was Dawson Baker again, kind of getting the momentum stopper, building that lead back up to 4. We go to the third period, and everything's kind of, you guys still playing, but then they get 2 goals there. They had 1 goal that went to review, made it tight, made it a 2-goal game there down the stretch. What was kind of that difference between, the first 20 some odd minutes kind of what they were able to get back into the game somewhat?
Well, we always talk about you don't give anybody anything. If we talk about a street fight, you never let them up, and we let them up. And I think it was just a combination of, the last game of the year, second game on the road, we're up 5-0 in the first, and we talked about it in between periods about making sure that we had our intensity, and I just don't know if the intensity was there as well as we had. The one thing I liked is that we bent, and they scored some goals, but we still had that resilience enough to hold them off, and they were coming, but as I said, down the stretch there when they were pushing hard, the boys stood up and played very well.
And it resulted in a 6-4 victory on Saturday evening to ramp up the regular season. That was the 21st road victory for your side here this year. 21-6-1 record away from the Fairgrounds. Coach, you've said it once. You say it again. You like the road, and this team certainly can go on the road and win.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're going to have to go on the road sometime, and actually, we're going to play Friday night somewhere. And so, even with travel and different things like that, we always seem to play. The biggest thing is we don't. We go into an arena or whatever. It's not like I have to come in and we have to change the whole format of the game. We know what we want to do, and it's just a matter now of going out and executing it. And it makes it simple for the guys. They still got to execute it. Don't get me wrong. I tell them that this is kind of what we want to do, but they go out and execute it. And so far, they've done a heck of a job.
Done a heck of a job indeed. And the Thunderbirds will be on the road on Friday evening for Game 1 in the Commissioner's Cup quarterfinals. We still await the winner of Blue Ridge and Baton Rouge. We're right to a timeout here on the Coach Harry Show. We'll take a look at the regular season in review. We'll also take a look at the fan questions coming up here in just a little bit here on Thunderbirds TV and on WTOB here on the Coach Harry Show.
Looking to exceed your real estate expectations? Meet Jennifer Sapp, passionate about real estate. Jennifer works with all clients because regardless of property value, every transaction is important to you, and that matters to her. She's been a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds, supporting the community she loves. A consistent top producer, she's been helping people buy and renovate homes into their dream spaces. Call 336-782-3148 or visit jennifersapp.allentate.com.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
For over 85 years, Mustin and Crutchfield has been more than just a local market. We've been a proud part of North Carolina's heritage. When our founders started in 1938, they sourced meats from local farmers and groceries from small companies. Finding a way to stay competitive in this market has been a challenge through the years. Luckily, there are a lot of entrepreneurs, and now we have close to 50 local vendors that we feature. We're proud to partner with the Carolina Thunderbirds as a local sponsor, celebrating community values both on and off the ice. Mustin and Crutchfield, your hometown local grocer.
Back here on the Coach Harry Show here from Earl's on the Tuesday night. Brendan Reilly, the head coach, Steve Harrison, and forward Roman Kraemer with you. Well, we just got into the weekend against the Monroe Moccasins, and now 56 games are in the books, Coach. And now this team gets ready for the playoffs coming up here starting this weekend. Where do you see this team right now going into the first round here this weekend, and where do you see this team being able to go?
Well, at the start of the season, you like to have a situation where you want to play well for most of the year. You want the consistency. But the one thing I think last year when we went into the playoffs, I don't think we were healthy and rested. And I think this year here we're a little better. Both those situations are rectified. I think we're playing well. Can we play better? Always, as the old adage, the coach is never happy. But we've played pretty well, and now I'm excited because I think we're healthy and we're rested. And so now that combination there, I think for us right now is going to be a big thing. Last year, I think the playoffs took a toll on us as far as when we got down to the nitty-gritty at the end there. I think we just kind of ran out a little bit of steam. And a lot of it had to do with health. A lot of it had to do with rest. And as I said, that's one of the things I wanted to do this year, make sure that we went into the playoffs like that. And right now, that's where we're at. And hopefully it comes out to be successful.
Roman, for you, compared to this time last year, how would you say you feel? How would you say that the room feels going into the playoffs?
I think everyone is really positive right now. I feel better going into the playoffs this year. Last year I felt kind of burnt out towards the end of the season, but kind of have a spark, and I'm really excited for playoffs now.
Well, now through 56 games, there's a lot of memories that are made. There's a lot of there's just a lot that goes on. It's a full 5-6 months before you even get to the playoffs. Question for the both of you: what would you say that the best moment from this regular season was? Coach, will start with you.
That's a tough one. I think from my standpoint, and most people don't understand it, it's the camaraderie that we have on our team. And that's what, to me, that's huge. We have practice on Tuesday, and a lot of times it's a little lighthearted than normal. And guys are chirping at each other and things like that, but they're there and they're working hard. And that's a big plus in my book of a team that wants to play together. And, a couple weekends ago when we played Port Huron there, you saw that camaraderie and that friendship and that team building come to life when people put someone to their backs to the corner. We stood up, and guys stood up for each other, And that's, we had some big moments. We had 9 shutouts. We've had, Kramer's had some big goals. We had a lot of different really big goals, big wins, down near the stretch. As I said, but coming from a coach's standpoint, as I said, one thing doesn't really stand out. I think the one moment, as I said, he hadn't played in a couple of years, and Joe Candelosi scored that goal there. That kind of electrified the team. But again, it wasn't the goal for me. It was the players' reaction. I talked about this before. It was the players' reaction on the bench of how happy they were for him. And that's what's big in my book. And as I said, Kramer's probably got it, when he scored a couple goals or something like that. But that's the thing that, and when we're on the bus, and I hate to say we've had a few mishaps. I think it's the driver's fault most of the time. But it's a situation where there's joking and nobody's too upset, and it's just a situation where, as I said, everybody gets along, and that's what I'm looking for.
Roman?
I think the best moment for the team this year was the 15-game win streak we went on. We kind of showed the whole league how dominant we are, and we just all figured out that, like, if we play together and we're doing the right things, that we can do like amazing things, and I think it's going to show in playoffs this year.
Well, it'll definitely show, and now we have some questions from the crowd if you guys are ready for them.
We're ready.
All right. Roman, we'll start with you. Are you going to be heading back overseas this summer?
I'm not.
Not? No.
No.
He's got other plans.
Yep.
Yeah. He's no longer in charge.
I'm getting married in September, so it'd be difficult to be gone for 3 or 4 months.
I've tried to explain to him that he is no longer in charge, but they just don't listen to me like these guys. So, but I'm working on it. I'm working on the young guy. So, but all the best. He's got a great girl, and I'm very happy for them both.
Well, it's now the 3rd straight week that we've had a show where marriage has been brought up with one of our guests.
That's when you know the team's getting old.
Yeah. Well, Roman, you talked about that 15-game win streak as a whole, but this next question has there been a singular game that's been your favorite this year?
Probably last time we played Monroe at home. I don't think it was one of the better games I played, but ended up getting a hat trick and just felt good.
It was a big comeback, too, down 3-1 after 1. What's your favorite thing about living and playing hockey in Winston-Salem?
Obviously the weather. Love the weather down here, but also the fans and the boosters make it an amazing place to play.
Coach, did any of the guys head to Whitfield tonight to go watch?
I don't think so. I'm not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No. I mean, people can watch it. You can watch it on the.
Can you?
Sorry, subject. But yeah, so I don't think anybody. As I said, I might have went if we weren't doing this, but we've seen Woodville 14 times.
Yeah.
So we end up playing them. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. We know how they're going to play. Baton Rouge we haven't really seen, but we'll look at them and see what they've got too. So again, I'm more worried about 18 guys that are sitting in my dressing room and how they feel. And I love practice today. We had a lot of jump. We played a little 3-on-3 and then full ice game 2 and. I just like the spark and the energy and everything like that. So hopefully things are in the right direction.
Well, you guys already covered your favorite memories, but they asked me as well for my favorite memory here this season. Boy, there's a good amount. I probably have to go. I don't know. New Year's Eve is always special because that's my birthday and. It was a 5-0 shutout that night. That's always a cool thing to do to broadcast on my birthday. But favorite moment this year would probably have to be the Joe goal. The first game back, first shot. I mean, that was I've been working with him in the office for the past 2 years now, and so to see that and everyone had always talked about how he played back a few years ago. I never seen him play. I just knew the work side of Joe, but but to see that was a pretty cool moment there. So I'll probably say that would probably be my favorite memory. Roman, are you going to start a playoff beard?
I can't really grow that much facial hair, but I'll give it my best shot. It'll probably still look the same in, 3 or 4 weeks?
Coach, you ever think about restarting this for the playoffs?
No, I'm too old. we're sticking to this, and we're not changing. So, yeah, no, I'll stick with this.
Well, there is one more question about Thunderbirds TV. We'll get into that coming up on the other side of this time out here on the Coach Harry's show here from Earl's.
What are you doing? We gotta go.
Dude, what do I do with my dog?
Oh, just take him to the pet barn.
For reasonable prices on grooming, boarding, and dog daycare, choose the Pet Barn, located at 7844 Blues Creek Road in Blues Creek. The Pet Barn, proud partners of the Carolina Thunderbirds.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Introducing Flow Rewards, the exclusive rewards program for Flow Automotive customers. With Flow Rewards, every vehicle purchase and service visit earns you points towards future maintenance on your vehicle. To start earning and redeeming Flow Rewards points, download Flow Garage, make an account, and add your vehicle. If your account is already set up with your vehicle, you'll start earning rewards points automatically. Add family members to your household to earn Flow Rewards points together. Don't miss out. Download the Flow Garage app to start earning Flow Rewards points with your next service visit or vehicle purchase.
Get into the swing of things at Tee It Up Indoors. Offering 3 simulators, over 11,000 virtual courses, lessons, club fittings, and a variety of snacks and beverages, Tee It Up Indoors is the place to go and work on your game. Call us at 336-285-7823 or visit our website at teeitupindoors.net.
We're back here on the Coach Harry Show here from Earl's, getting into the final 2 segments of our program this evening. Brennan Reilly, the head coach, Steve Harrison, and Roman Kraemer with you. Now take a few minutes to talk about Thunderbirds TV and what happened over the weekend and kind of where to go from here. As of right now, up until about showtime, I kind of had something prepared, but some news I got right before the show happened was a little unsettling for what I thought might be something a little easier. But when it comes to Thunderbirds TV now, I'm working on a way to get it recovered. I know someone that used to work at YouTube for a long time, was pretty high up there, so I've been talking with him, and he's trying to figure that out. But when it comes to this now, we have the new account now, but after hearing the news about Binghamton right before this, their second account getting pulled down, I now gonna have to start looking at other options for streaming when it going forward here, because it'd be great to just hop back up on YouTube and just everything be okay going forward. But if that's not going to be the case, then what I thought coming into tonight before it came on the air, then that's kind of all been thrown around and thrown for a loop. But as you saw on the post, you saw the reasoning as to why it got pulled down. The account's been up for 7-8 years. There's no deceptive practices, spam on it, and that was the reason as to why it got pulled down. Talking with other broadcasters, all of the channels that also got pulled down have all been for the same reasoning. So for the 7 accounts now, and it hurts because for me personally, my past 2 years of professional work have just vanished. For Roman and the players, a lot of these guys have been Thunderbirds from the start. A lot of that is gone now at the moment.
I still have the reel of me going like this. The coach is very small. So if anybody would like it, it's only going to cost $14.99, okay, for the little clip here. So, but yeah, it's very small, but it's a short clip. But it's $14.99. Just give me a call and I'll send it to you.
But so I'm going to continue working on this. Pretty tough time to have it right at the start of the playoffs and everything. So we're going to continue working. I can tell you the resolution definitely won't be this week. Might not be next week, week after. So I'm going to continue to try to work, see how I can talk to an actual person at YouTube and not get automated AI generated responses instead. So it's a little bit of an uphill battle right now, and to say that I wasn't a little defeated Saturday night when all that got pulled down, it was a pretty tough moment to see everything just gone like that. So just know that I'm trying to figure it out and try to get it back, but with Binghamton getting pulled down again, I don't know. I really don't know now. I haven't been able to do any research into it since I found that out. So so on top of the playoffs, I'll keep looking at that. Maybe Friday night we might be on something other than YouTube. Obviously, you guys will know, but that's something I need to look into, and I need to talk to Carrie about. And but yeah. So for right now, that's kind of where we stand right now with Thunderbirds TV and the kind of the future going forward here, because something's going to have to change, and it's terrible that this happened. So yeah, that's kind of the best I got right now.
One question I know, as soon as I get off here, the warden's going to ask me, are you going to keep us updated, because she'll want to know. So you'll just keep us all updated?
Yeah, I'll send you the link like I always do.
Because I don't want to get in any more trouble than I'm already in.
But yeah, so that's where we are right now. I wish I could have more for you guys, but I'll continue to try to keep you guys updated. But for now, that's kind of where we sit right now. But there is still hockey to be played coming up here this weekend. Thunderbirds are in the playoffs. That's something to be happy about, right? Yeah. Guys, right now, I mean, Baton Rouge and Blue Ridge are playing. Coach, you touched on it briefly here, but going into this weekend, regardless of who you see, one or the other, I mean, the playoffs, anything can happen. Just what do you have to be ready for going into this?
Well, we're going to have to be ready for everything, and you know, each team will probably bring a little different problems or whatever. I know Blue Ridge has some speed, and we're going to have to nullify that with no drive-bys, and you know, holding the line, and because they like to hold the line. And I haven't seen Baton Rouge, and I think we said they were here like at,
only twice in early December.
So it was early December, and so we haven't seen them, and they've played pretty well down the stretch too. So I don't know a whole lot about them, because they changed quite a bit since the last time we played them. So, but Blue Ridge, as I said, they're going to bring some issues to us, and when we played them and when we play, I feel pretty good. Like, and it's not so much what they're going to bring; it's what we're going to bring, and that's what we've talked about. You know, this week here, we had a little meeting today, and it doesn't matter if you're in first place or fifth place or whatever place you're in. It's all even now, and sometimes those teams that are maybe below you, they're like, well, they feel as though they got nothing to lose, and so we're going to have to go out and prove that we earned our spot, and we're not going to get anybody taken away.
Roman, for you on the ice, is there just that kind of switch when it goes from the regular season to playoff hockey? There's just there's just a little more to it, more so.
Yeah, definitely. But even in the regular season, it's like every game's a playoff game for us, especially at the end of the season for us here. Every game counted, and we were trying to get wins because we wanted the first spot, and we got it. But yeah, definitely whenever playoffs start, there's kind of a switch, and you get a different mentality.
Well, there's so much on the line, and That's the other thing we've talked about. Like you make one mistake, it's a 2-2 hockey game or a 1-1 hockey game in the third period, and you make a mistake that you shouldn't make, and now it's 3-2, and sometimes you can't recover. And this year here so far, we've recovered quite a bit. And it's always talk about when something bad happens or when something good happens, how do you respond? And we've responded pretty well, but sometimes you just can't pull that rabbit, out of your hat in the playoffs. It just seems, sometimes it just doesn't happen. So every shift, everything is just a little more important.
Well, everything now comes down to these next few games. And Coach, you said a few weeks ago before the Port Huron series, you said to your side at morning skate that they're only insured 6 games left here this year. Your team's responded. They've won the next 4, and now going into this postseason, just what's that message?
Well, it's the same message. We've they've responded to that, and so they understand how important this weekend is, and they got ready, and so we've played different teams, different styles, and come out pretty good shape. So however teams want to play us, if they want to be physical against us, we know we can handle that. If teams want to play toe-to-toe with us on skill, then we know we can do that. So it's just a matter of how teams want to play against us, and we're going to be ready for everything, and we're going to play our game.
Well, the Thunderbirds, they came away with 41 wins this season, 124 points. That's the second most in franchise history, only behind the 2018-19 Commissioners Cup champion side. Coach and Roman, it's a big achievement here throughout the course of a season. Congratulations to you both, but there's still one more thing left to be played for.
Well, we talked about the start of the season, and, you like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and the one stone, the one bird was have a good regular season, have a good season, and the other one was, as I said earlier, be healthy, and I think we've accomplished that, and as I said, the mood on the ice today was pretty indicative of that. I think everyone's ready. I think everyone's just ready to go on Friday, and we'll put our best foot forward.
Friday, Game 1 of the Commissioners Cup quarterfinals, Games 2 and 3. Game 3, if necessary, will be at home on Saturday and Sunday. It's a 7:30 puck drop on Saturday evening for Game 2, and then the if necessary Game 3 will be at 6:05 on Easter Sunday. We're on to our final timeout of the evening here on the Coach Harry Show, and wrap things up after this from Earl's.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Carolina Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive, or or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
We're back here on the Coach Harry Show one final time this evening, wrapping up a great hour here at Earl's. Brendan Reilly, the head coach, Steve Harrison, and Roman Kraemer with you. Guys, now it's playoff time. Figure out where you're going to go coming up here this Friday. But, Coach, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Well, I think everyone's looking forward to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully not Sunday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday if we have to. Yeah, it's this time of year, as I said, the warm weather, the next couple of days of practice, it starts to get really exciting. And if you don't feel it, you probably shouldn't be playing. And even coaching, it's just a different atmosphere all the time. But I just want to say to all the fans who are here tonight, and again, we've had a great year on the record, but we've had a great record with the fans, their support. And it wouldn't be the same without them. And as I said, the combination of these guys here having a great season on the ice, but all the fans who supported us all year long, it really made a great year. And I know when teams come in here, they love to come in here, but they don't like to come in here because they know how rowdy it is. But the combination of everything like that, to me, it's been a great year, and I've really enjoyed it.
Roman, any final thoughts before we have to get out of here?
I think we're just ready to take care of unfinished business.
Very nice. Man, a few words, but very nice. I like it.
Well, it all gets started this Friday evening, Carolina in the first round of the Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Well, that'll do it for the Coach Harry Show here tonight from Earl's. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone coming out here tonight. And a big thank you to Earl's for having us as well. Just as a reminder, the Coach Harry Show will go as long as the Thunderbirds go in the playoffs. So hopefully we still have about 4 more shows here of the Coach Harry Show coming up. Well, that does it for the Coach Harry Show here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you on Friday for the Thunderbirds as they begin their quest for the Commissioner's Cup. Good night.